Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video, and in this one guys, I'm going to be showing you a full notation guide of the Rubik's Cube. So if we start off straight away guys, notation is how different letters or symbols show how to turn the cube. Now I will be doing standard modern notation. I don't know what it's called, I don't even know if it has a name, but I would recommend trying this one if you want to get serious in cubing because it's what almost everyone uses. So yeah, notation is that. So to start off, you need to know what every single side is labelled, okay? Because if you don't know this, then you won't be able to remember everything. So getting straight off, U is the top face. It stands for up, so that's how you can remember it, up. F, front. R, on the right, so R. L, D, and B, so back. Now, it doesn't mean these exact colours. For example, green here would be F, but if we just toss the cube around, oh, bad example. If we toss the cube around, here this would be F now. So it only relies on the rotation you're on right now, not specifically F is green. No, it's F is the front face. Okay, good. So if we kick off straight away, if you just see that letter on its own, then it means to turn that face clockwise just once. So U, F, R, L, D, and B. Okay, so get that in your head. So hopefully you've remembered it by now. I mean, it's not that difficult, so yeah. Okay, so now we're going to get to if it has an apostrophe after it. Now, you always see people, you don't say U apostrophe, you say U prime, okay? I don't know why it's this, it's just that. So that's how you say it. You don't say U apostrophe, it's U prime. Got it? Great. So U prime would be counterclockwise. So if it has an apostrophe after it, then it means turn that face counterclockwise. So U prime, F prime, L prime, R prime, D prime, B prime. Okay, great. Okay, the next one is the 2. If it has a 2 after it, so then it means to turn it 2 times or 180 degrees. It doesn't matter if you do it like that or like that. So you can see I twisted it clockwise and anti-clockwise. It doesn't matter, but yeah, that's it. So if you see U2, then do that. And you might also see it, you might see U2 prime. This is not used very much, and it basically just means to turn anti-clockwise. This is generally only used if it's for finger tricks, but I can get to that in another video. Okay, so let's go over the moves. U2, F2, D2, B2, R2, and L2. Great. Okay, now we move on to rotations. So those were all of the basic moves out of the way. So rotations, it basically means how you rotate the entire cube. So that, you know, stuff like that. So let's start off with the X rotation. So if you know like 3D space and how it works and like X, Y, and Z, then it might be quite easy. So basically, imagine putting like a pole through the X-axis, which is this way. So imagine putting a pole from there and holding it like this and twisting like that. So if we put it on the cube, It's that. So it's basically putting the bottom to the front. So that move is called the X move. Okay, and now if you do it the other way, then that is X prime. And we can tell from what we learnt before with the moves, X2 would be this. Great. Okay, now on to the Y rotation. So now for this one, we're putting the pole through the top down to the bottom. So we got it like this. So you turn clockwise. So Y would be this, and Y prime would be the other way. So this, and Y2, this. Great. Okay, now we're on to the final rotation, and this is the Z rotation. So now we've done the X, we've done the Y, now we're going to do the Z. So this one goes through here, like this, and then if you turn clockwise, that is a Z move. So Z or Z, doesn't really matter. And then Z prime would be this. Okay, now Z2, of course, just turn it completely on its side, turn it upside down basically. Great, so those are all of the rotations. Now on to the more advanced moves. Okay, so you remember all of the outer layer moves. I would hope you do, because otherwise you should probably rewatch this video. So those are like R, R2, U, L prime, stuff like that. Okay, now get those moves, and if you see a W on the end of it, so RW or RW prime, then it means to turn 2 layers. It means to turn 2 layers. So RW is that, LW is that, UW is that, okay? And of course LW prime, UW, yeah, stuff like that. Okay, so also, so you would call that R wide. That's R wide, L wide, U wide, D wide, stuff like that. Okay, now it's also shown with a lowercase. So usually you see an uppercase letter, so R, uppercase R would be that. But if you saw a lowercase r, then it would be turn the 2 layers. This is also called R wide. So yeah, those are the 2 ways of putting it, and they apply, of course, to every single outer layer move we did before. Great. Okay, so these are some of the final moves. So it's the inner layer moves, the middle layer moves. So these are M, E, and S. Okay? So M is this layer, the middle layer it stands for, and M would be this. Okay? And then M prime is this, and then M2 is turning it twice. So that's this. So M2. Now it's E, which stands for equator. So of course, equator is around this bit. So E would be this, E prime would be this, and E2, turning it twice, this. Great. Now the final middle layer move is the S layer, which stands for slice. So S would be this, S prime would be this, and S2 would be turning it twice. Okay, those are all of the basic moves, but don't go yet, there are some other things I have to talk about. Oh, we can cut that out. So what I want to tell you is, first of all, find some algorithms on the internet. For example, I'll just put one up here and do some of those just to practice and put in what you've already done. Okay, and now also I want to talk about brackets. So in an algorithm such as this one makes the super flip pattern, you see that there are like layers of brackets in it. So if you see brackets around loads of moves, so let's just say there's a bracket, R, U, R prime, U prime, close bracket, and then 3 after it. So the brackets just mean this is in here, and then the number after it means to do the moves in those brackets that many times. So if it has the 3, then it will be R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime. And of course, if you see it nested, like in the algorithm, you can see 2 opening brackets. Well, it goes MU, 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 so it's MU in brackets times 4, but then after it, you see this, and then after it, you see, of course, 3. So it means to do all of what you just did 3 times. So you already done it once. Okay, this, and then do it again for the final time. Great, and that is about all that I have to say. Okay guys, that is it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you have a better understanding of notation now. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.